Hey guys, it's Carrie with Divine Radiance. So today I want to share a very personal story. It's I'm telling this because of what's going on in Texas and what happened. Um, so I think it's important right now. So some of you may know I'm a single mom. My daughter is about to go to college. She's 18, but 18 years ago, well, 19 years ago, I was faced with the most difficult decision I've ever been faced with in my life. I was a partier, hardcore partier, raver, bartender, and found myself pregnant. I was no longer with her father. We had had a long-term relationship. It was quite toxic, and we had split up. So I was not with her father. And it totally surprised me, to say the least. Like I said, I was a bartender. I did have insurance that year from a commercial I did, but it was only going to be for that year. I had never had insurance all the other years living in LA. None of my friends had kids. My family was 2,000 miles away on the other side of the country. I was just completely on my own making this decision. Now I had the support of my family, meaning they didn't tell me which way to go, right? They were supportive either way. No one said, "Oh, I think you should do that," or "I think the decision was mine," which in one way was difficult, but looking back, I can't tell you how thankful I am. Meaning I had the support. So the decision was hard because everything in my mind was like, I'm not going to get paid time off, right? I don't have a job. I'm going to not be making money for I don't know how long. I just had no idea. I wasn't in a place to have a child. I was just not in a mental place, a financial place. I was extremely immature. I still am very immature for my age. I just wasn't there. Yet here I was facing this choice. And I knew either one was going to be hard, right? Riley's grandmother, like her dad's mom, told me, she had had an abortion and she had been a single mom. And she said, both are extremely hard, but I support you either way. So I got support no matter what. It was really hard. So everything mentally was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have this baby. But my heart was telling me something else. My heart was telling me something different. Now, I had always had a relationship with God since I was little. I had a very traumatic childhood and I always prayed and I always felt God with me, and I always had a relationship with my soul, my eternal self. I always knew there was an eternal part of me. However, it's nothing like it is now, right? My relationship isn't anything. And I want to be clear, when I made the decision to have Riley, it was not a moral decision. I wasn't fearing something bad. If I had the abortion, I didn't feel like I would go to hell. The God that I knew and believed in was very forgiving and loving and loved me unconditionally. So there was no fear there. There was no fear in the abortion in that way, meaning, oh, I'm going to go to hell, that something horrible is going to happen to me. It wasn't that. It was just, I decided to follow my heart. And this is why I made this video. As you guys know, I did decide to have her, and that choice really empowered me. Once I decided to have her, it was like I knew it was right. I felt it in my heart, and I knew I was going to do whatever I could to raise this child in the best way that I possibly could. The choice empowered me. And the first 3 years were horrible. The first 3 years were the 3 hardest years of my life. Financially, mentally, it was really hard. But after that, things started to get better. And as you know, I turned my whole financial life around and was able to do all the things I wanted to do with her. Travel around the world, put her in dance company, make sure she had a really good education. All of those things happened, I believe, because I had a choice. I had a choice whether or not to have her. And because I had the choice, I was empowered. I was empowered by that choice. Because I've thought about this hard whenever this abortion debate comes up. And I feel like if I was forced to have her under those circumstances where I was not financially able, I was not mentally, if I was forced to have her, I honestly do not believe I would be the mom that I turned out to be. I feel in a way I would have been resentful. I would have been bitter. Like, I can't believe this happened, because those first 3 years, 3 or 4, incredibly hard. Struggle. What got me through that struggle was that I had a choice. I chose her. I chose this path. I chose it. And that empowered me to move forward in that choice. If I hadn't made the choice and I was forced, I think my energy would have been different. I would have been resentful. And that hardship that I faced, I would have felt like was punishment in a way. Of course, it wouldn't have been, because we know what happened later on. But it was the empowerment. Guys, when we take away someone's choice, we take away their sovereignty. We take away their free will. And that is never a good thing. Even if you feel so strongly in your heart that abortion is wrong, to have it forced by the government onto a person, it takes away their sovereignty. And we're already so many things that we don't have a choice about. We're not as free as we would like to be. But we see it right now in a lot of different things where we're in a predicament where we could lose our sovereignty. Not just with abortion 1, the vaccine, and guns. Regardless of how you feel about any of those issues, we should all be on the same side as not wanting our sovereignty taken away, our free choice being taken away. Because with vaccines, they want to force us to get this shot. They want to force us, and a lot of people are rooting for that. And I just want you to look at it. You can have the thought and the want and pray that people get the vaccine. That's okay. You can pray for that and feel that. But to advocate for the government to take that right away is taking away all of our rights. It's suppressing our sovereignty. Like with guns. I hate guns. I am so against guns. I am ahimsa all the way, nonviolent. However, I don't want the government to come in and take everyone's guns. I don't want that. I would love and I pray for people to feel safe in this world and give up their guns. I pray for that. But I don't pray for a government to come in and take them away. Do you see the difference? Meaning you can be against something, but to be pro a government taking our rights away and our sovereignty and our free will, it's not okay. It's not okay. We are sovereign beings. We are powerful. Our power comes from our choice. Just like it did with me, choosing to have Riley. I empowered myself because it was a choice. And I made that choice out of power and out of love, not out of fear, not out of fear of religion, not out of fear of hell. I made the choice out of love, and that empowers me. And whenever we can make that choice out of love, it will empower you as well. But what will happen is if we keep getting our sovereignty taken away, we keep getting suppressed. We want to go in the other direction where we become more free and the powers that be have less control over us. So that's my take on it. This is coming from a place of complete love for all of us and for our sovereignty, in whatever choice you make, because we're always, right? The law of the cause and effect law is always in effect, right? It always is. We are always reaping the effect of whatever actions we're putting out into the world, whatever thoughts. It's a perfect system. We don't have to worry about judging other people, right? We want to love and accept people in whatever path they're on, whatever choices they make. We can pray for them. We don't want to control them. We don't want to dominate. Because when we start controlling and dominating, we take away all of our free will, all of our sovereignty. So that's my thoughts for today. I am wishing you the best day and wishing blessings onto all of you.